Welcome to this edition of On the Scene. I'm your host, Tim Kelly. On today's show, we're going to talk about Suffolk Restaurant Week and preview a week where both residents and visitors alike have a chance to taste the great culinary offerings found throughout the city of Suffolk. We're also going to highlight some offerings through Suffolk Parks and Recreation, talk about athletic leagues, events, activities, clinics, all kinds of things that Suffolk Parks and Rec has coming up that you could register for and take part. Stay tuned. Welcome back to On the Scene. We're now joined by Brian Williams, the general manager here at the Hilton Garden Inn here in beautiful downtown Suffolk, and Teresa Earls, our tourism development manager, to talk about a great topic, one we always love to talk about, Restaurant Week. It only happens twice a year, so you got to get in when the getting's good, so to speak. And Teresa, tell us a little bit about the history of Restaurant Week and how it brings us here to the spring of 2012.
Well, we do like to eat year-round in Suffolk, but Restaurant Week is the perfect opportunity to try a new restaurant or to go back and visit a familiar restaurant and try something new on the menu. We've been doing this for about 5 years now, where we take a week twice a year and make a culinary showcase so that we have different restaurants from throughout the city, whether it's casual dining or more upscale dining and everything in between. They offer a 3-course price fixed menu. So you can go in and get an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert for either $10 for lunch or $20 for dinner for the deluxe level, or the premier level is $15 for lunch and $30 for dinner. Right. And that is a wonderful opportunity to get out there and try something new. And it's just, we're bragging a little bit about our great restaurants.
Sure.
And I know Brian can tell you a little about the wonderful restaurant we have here today. So if that gives you any idea of what's going on.
Got it. But of course, the beautiful thing about this is you don't need a ticket.
Exactly.
It's just, you know, in some cases you make reservations, others you just show up, and again, they'll provide you, explain kind of how it works when you walk in a typical restaurant that's participating.
It is super simple. Like you said, no tickets, no vouchers. You're not printing anything off of the internet. Right. You are going into a participating restaurant and they're going to present you with a Restaurant Week menu and their regular menu. So if you decide that you don't want to order off the Restaurant Week menu, you're more than welcome to just order from the traditional menu.
Right.
Our Suffolk-fun.com website, we have a Restaurant Week tab under Dine, and we keep all of the menus and details updated. So whether it's a restaurant that requires a dress code or they have specific hours of operation, you know, we have some restaurants who are only open for dinner, and in those cases, they're not going to open for lunch.
Correct.
But we like to post all that so you can make your reservations, and ideally you could eat a different place every lunch and dinner throughout the week. It's March 17th to the 24th, which is probably the most important part of this information.
Yes. When is it?
March 17th to the 24th. I believe that's a Saturday to Saturday. And then our fall event will be in November.
Okay.
So we're very excited about it.
And one of the things we're excited about is participation of Constance Wharf Grill, which is where we are today. Brian, tell us a little bit about this great facility that has wonderful views of here of the river.
Well, we're really excited to be part of Restaurant Week. And one of the things we're obviously well known for is our catering and for our weddings and things like that, but it's kind of a hidden gem here at the restaurant here at Constance Wharf. We feature cuisine. We change on an annual basis several times throughout the year, but we're really known for a casual American with kind of an upscale twist to it.
Right.
And so we're really excited to feature our wine pairings and our menu for Suffolk community.
And you'll be doing both lunch and dinner?
We will.
Okay.
We will do both. We're open from 11:30 until 1:30 for lunch, then from 5 to 10 p.m. For dinner.
And again, of course, the facility's open, not just, you don't have to be a hotel guest. You also can come in and go and partake of the great cuisine we have here at Constance Wharf Grill.
That's true.
And I know it's a secret to some people, but not to us, because we are conveniently located directly across the street at the Suffolk Visitor Center and the tourism office in the old Nansemond County Courthouse, which is ideal for us just to literally walk across the street for lunchtime. Right. But you're right at the heart of downtown. You are at the entrance, the gateway to historic downtown. So I think many people, especially residents, probably pass by the Hilton on a daily basis and don't realize. They may know that you have the 6-acre park and 28-slip marina directly behind, where we have TGIF parties and the Stars and Stripes Spectacular, and we have different events, but they don't realize that you have this great restaurant. And not necessarily part of Restaurant Week, but you have breakfast too, and their breakfast is completely yummy.
That's right.
I must say. I've tested it, and it is Teresa approved.
Teresa approved. There we go.
So just the idea that people can come by, you know, they are missing it because they just see it and they don't
That's
think
right.
about it. It's a chance to kind of be a tourist in your own town,
Right.
but maybe be a diner in your own town.
Exactly.
And try something new. You've seen a lot of the same places over and over again, but I bet you haven't been here.
That's right. And Brian, tell us, when you look at the hotel as far as how it sits from Constance Road, when you walk in, where are we located?
Yeah, we are at the corner of Constance and Main. Our back veranda, our back porch, looks out onto the Nansemond River, and we face Constance Road. One of the great things about the weather this year, that it's been mild right now, and we've actually had people out on the back veranda enjoying dinner in the middle of winter. So it's been fantastic out there.
Exactly.
And I keep looking beyond and I see the views, and even with it being winter and there's not as much greenery, it's still a really nice view of the water. And I'm thinking I wouldn't mind strolling out there on the veranda.
That's right. That's right.
And again, when you walk in the front door, of course, you have your reception desk to your left. You continue on through. You kind of have I don't want to call it a family room. That's really not what we're talking about there, but it's sort of a lounge area right there. And just take a left right there, right before
That's
you
right.
go out the doors to again, the beautiful views we're talking about.
Right.
And come on in. You have a reception desk right there to take them right into the restaurant, and they'll
That's
get you
right.
seated.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can accommodate quite a few people, so
We
you can
can.
have a larger party,
We do.
party here.
We can seat up to about 80 guests at the same time, so we have a great, good size.
And the space is flexible. I can see that you can move tables and things around, so it's probably also ideal for parties and baby showers and bridal showers and things like that as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
I think corporate meetings would also be
Right.
nice.
Exactly.
Because I know a lot of people maybe want to use space in the conference center. Sometimes, you know, luckily it's all, you know, it's booked and it's full. But this
Right.
is a great alternative to that. So
It is.
if you're going to
It
have a
is.
smaller meeting, say just 30 people, you could put tables together and if during certain times of the day, probably be a great, you know,
Right.
time to meet.
The setting is ideal for those types of functions, and that's one of our specialties, and the service is fantastic.
Yes.
So,
And
yeah,
you have a
it
new
all goes.
chef, don't you?
We do. Chef Joanna McGinnis has been with us for several months, and she's done a fantastic job. We're very proud of everything that she's done.
I can
here.
attest to that too.
And of course, Restaurant Week is a perfect opportunity to try out restaurants or places that you haven't been, or maybe you've gone but you hadn't gone back there in a while. So again, this is a golden opportunity to take advantage of everything they have here to offer at the Hilton, especially the Constance Wharf Grill, which again is where we're seated today. And Brian, if someone is watching this segment on the show and would like to get more information, what's a good phone number for them to call here?
Definitely 925-1300 will get you into the hotel switchboard, and they have much information as
Right.
you'll need, and they can also assist in making reservations for you.
Great, great. So it's that easy. And again, that's whether you're participating in Restaurant Week or you're not. Again, the restaurant's here, so you're welcome to come take advantage of it anytime you'd like. Again, with the hours that Brian had mentioned earlier in the show. And as Teresa mentioned, it's not part of Restaurant Week, but they also offer breakfast. So
Yes.
again, that's another amenity, something you might want to check out. What are your breakfast hours? I don't know if we had that earlier.
We start during the week at 6:30 in the morning,
Okay.
and then on the weekends we open just a half an hour later at 7.
Okay, good deal, good deal. Now, Teresa, let's go back to Restaurant Week as a whole for just a
Yes.
minute. You mentioned the website, and of course that has information that'll be being updated daily
Yes.
with, again, to the restaurants and the menus and things. And again, just highlight again what people can pick up by going to your website, what they can find out about Restaurant Week.
Well, if you go to suffolk-fun.com/Restaurant Week, it'll take you directly to the Restaurant Week site. And we have information about the overall event, plus we have the participating restaurants, examples of their menus, so you can download it in a PDF form and you can plan out your meal ahead of time if you wish.
Good, good.
And sometimes that lets you choose which place you want to go on which night. Gives you an idea as far as that's concerned. Hours of operation, whether you're required to have a certain type of attire.
Right.
We really want to make it easy for everybody. And our visitor center is open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if you have questions, you can reach us at 514-4130. And get all the Restaurant Week details.
And of course, if you come to Constance Wharf Grill, you can go right across the street and go meet
That's
the folks there
right.
at the Tourism Visitor Center. So there's a great opportunity to take advantage of that, and the beautiful new pavilion that we have out
Yes.
back. So again, you get a chance to sample both the river here and the beautiful sights over on this side. Go right across the road, totally different aspect. And
Exactly.
again, you can showcase the beautiful visitor center that we have there.
Yes, and it's very historic. We like to say we're kind of the gateway, no offense that you're also the gateway, to historic downtown Suffolk, but you can start at the Visitor Center, and next door we have Riddick's Valley House Museum. And if you continue down Main Street, you're going to find Seaboard Station Railroad Museum. and a host of other historic attractions and museums and just homes that have been repurposed. And we even do, which I know we've discussed before, our Legends of Main Street, a Suffolk Ghost Walk. It doesn't have to be Halloween to take a ghost walk. So that's still very popular, and we've already had one this year in February, and it was not one of those warm days that you mentioned. But yes, right across the street, by all means. And starting May 19th, we'll have the Suffolk Farmers Market right across the street. At the pavilion that you just mentioned, it's a beautiful open-air facility. So that gives you really the best of all worlds.
Exactly.
You can have a great meal. You can go buy your fresh fruits and produce. You can go shopping at a boutique downtown, take in a show at the Cultural Arts Center, and you're all within 5 minutes of where you started. It's amazing.
And of course, with Restaurant Week, the great thing is while certainly we want to showcase downtown all the great restaurants and events and activities and things that we have down here, we also, it's spread out across the city.
Sure
so
is.
again, there's different corners there you'll be covered. And again, if you go to the website, check it out, you get a chance to get a feel for where everything is. And again, they'll have websites and information for the individual restaurants as well, in addition to the menus, which of course that's what everybody wants to find out about. But Teresa, let's talk again about the dates. And again, what's the best way to get information on Restaurant Week as a whole?
March 17th through the 24th, and suffolk-fun.com/Restaurant Week, and our number is 514-4130.
And again, how Restaurant Week is set up, again, you kind of have two tiers depending upon the restaurant or the facility.
Exactly.
So if you could highlight that one more time for
Sure.
us.
Deluxe. The deluxe menu offers lunch at $10, that's for all 3 courses, as well as dinner for $20. Then the premier level is $15 for 3 courses and $30 for dinner. So in some cases, $30 for a 3-course meal is a fabulous deal.
Exactly.
So it's a wonderful opportunity to get out there and really enjoy every single moment of your meal.
Well, we are definitely looking forward to Restaurant Week, and hopefully you'll participate in it as well. Again, whether you go once, twice, or as Teresa mentioned, you can go twice a day for 7
That's
days
right,
if you want
every
to.
day.
They'll be happy to have you. So again, great opportunities there. And I want to thank Brian and Teresa for being with us to talk about Restaurant Week and highlight things here at Constance Wharf Grill. We'll have more on the scene when we return. Welcome back to On the Scene. We're joined now by Jason Jones, Athletic Supervisor with Suffolk Parks and Rec. Jason, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course, we're coming to you from East Suffolk Recreation Center, a place that gets a lot of use, both in the workout room, all the meeting rooms, and of course in this gym, a lovely facility that we have here.
Absolutely, it's gorgeous.
Perfect setting for you to come in and talk to us today about some of the athletic leagues and some of the events that are coming up through Suffolk Parks and Rec this spring, with a lot of registration either already going or getting ready to happen. So Jason, tell us what you got.
Absolutely. Well, it's a great time to be in Suffolk. And as we say with our brochure, Don't Hesitate, Recreate, we are working on fitness, wellness, and healthy lifestyles now. Those are our initiatives. So we do have a lot of programs that are upcoming, such as our youth programs. We are finishing our youth basketball, indoor soccer, and cheerleading season right now. And then we'll be rolling into our new spring sports. We have tennis lessons, which will begin at Howard Mass tennis courts. Those are for youth, teens, and adults, and all those lessons will begin in March. We also have Aquafina Pitch Hit and Run, which is a free program. That program is sponsored by the National Baseball League, and that will be held in April. We also have Hershey Track and Field track event, which we will be doing at Kings Fork High School track, and that event is also free, sponsored by the Hershey Chocolate Company.
Right.
We also have a Hooker Kid on Golf summer program, which is a camp where children have the opportunity to learn how to play golf, learn the rules of golf, etiquette on the golf course and things of that nature. And then they also receive various items such as golf clubs if they're brand new, a golf bag, golf hat, and lessons. It's a really great program. I hope a lot of people take advantage of it. We also have a Hoops for Life basketball camp. Now with this program, it's not only just basketball, but there's also life lessons that are put into that program as well, so that the kids not only just have fun, but they're also learning life skills as well throughout the summer. We also have our Discover Your Future summer camp, which is for teens. That program is where kids learn to participate in various clubs, games, sports. They have field trips. Children have a lot of fun. It's not necessarily sports specific. They cover various sports, but then also they really focus and hone in on life skills and teaching the children how to better improve themselves and become better young citizens and better young adults.
Right.
So we're really excited about both of these programs. Last summer, both of our camps had increased numbers, and we look forward to increased numbers this year as well. with that program. We also have another specialty camp, which is the Challenger British Soccer Camp. Challenger British Sports comes out and they send some coaches over from Europe, from England, and they come, they teach soccer skills, specializing on the various skills that the kids have out on the field, whether it's offense, defense, or just introducing brand new children to that camp. We start from the young age of as little as 5 years old, all the way up to about 14 years old. So there's plenty of opportunities for kids there. And then we also have karate lessons that we have at Booker T. Washington Rec Center. And that class is awesome. Instructor Carlos Sensei, he does an awesome job with the kids. He's very patient, teaching them discipline, which is always something that children need,
Right.
as well as just learning, martial arts and
Sure.
paying attention to those skills that they learn.
I got it. Well, obviously, with a lot of things, when we talk about athletics, it's not just the activity side. You mentioned there's discipline, there's teamwork, there's other elements that always get brought into that.
Absolutely.
And that's certainly you mentioned life skills. I think that's a life skill that a lot of young people can pick up and then, of course, carry with them throughout, as we say, the rest of their life.
Definitely.
Specifically about some of the camps, I mean, there was a multitude of things. And, of course, you can go online at the Suffolk Parks and Rec website. You can download the leisure guide that Jason had mentioned. That's right there, generally on the homepage. You can pick that up. So, again, you can get some of this information there as well. But specifically about the tennis lessons, you mentioned those over at the Howard Mass facility right there on Main Street behind the Farm Fresh.
Correct.
And, of course, those lessons are not, you could be a beginner, intermediate, you could be a little more skilled. So really, no matter where you are in the tennis spectrum, you've got an opportunity to go over there and take part and get a little bit better with your game.
Absolutely. We have some great staff out at Howard Mass Tennis Complex. They work really hard out at the tennis complex to curtail the lessons for the various participants that come out. If you're a little bit more advanced, they'll curtail that
Right.
lesson for that child or that adult.
Right.
And if you're a little bit less experienced, same thing applies. They'll go back to remedial and teach you the basics. If you don't have a tennis racket, we do also have a couple extra rackets around inside the complex that the instructor can provide for you if you're brand new and you just want to start experiencing tennis.
Right.
We also have a tennis ball machine which you can rent. If you just want to go out and practice, just hitting some balls by yourself, you have that opportunity as well. There's also a brand new skate park that we put out there at Lake Mead Park. And lots of teenagers, youth, and adults go out and participate on that skate park, as well as the skate park at Bennett's Creek.
And of course, also at that facility, you also have the nice the little I don't want to call it the tot lot, but basically with the playground area. Thank you very much. Help me out with that one. So you really have a multi-use facility right there. It's kind of tucked away, but it's got a lot of stuff going on. And of course, with the tennis courts, there are a lot of tennis courts at that facility. So whether you're taking a lesson, you're playing in a league, or you're using the ball machine that you mentioned, you go out there and do. There's a lot of opportunity to use that facility and benefit from what Suffolk Parks and Recreation offers. Now, you mentioned about the Aquafina, the pitch hit and run competition.
Yes.
I believe that's similar to the punt, pass, and kick in that you qualify on the local level, and then you can go on to higher levels and possibly work your way up. And I don't know if they do it through the All-Star Game or the World Series, where you make you finish up with that kind of competition.
Exactly.
But
a child has an opportunity to possibly make it all the way up to that level, where they'll be in a professional arena on television, where they'll get to either throw the first pitch or hit a ball out in a major league ball field. So that's an exciting opportunity that tons of kids should take advantage of.
And of course, that's open to both boys and girls. And we know that baseball and softball season is here. I mean, certainly with the kind of wacky weather that we've had, people have been out there taking advantage of that.
Right. It's upon us.
So they're able to tap into that. Now, Hershey Track and Field, that's a pretty long, it's been around for a little while here in Suffolk. So, I mean, the history of that event, and obviously we've had some great athletes come through that program. But again, this is an Olympic year. So again, that's sort of a nice little way to kind of tie the things together that, you can kind of get a taste of what some of those events are that the world-class athletes are participating in.
Exactly. We also have our track clubs that are out within our after-school programs as well with our staff there. And they go out and they teach our kids some of the basic skills that you would have to participate within this program. But you don't necessarily have to be a part of that after-school program to participate. Any child can come out. It's a free program. We just need those parents to, sign them up and register them. It's lots of fun. They're able to compete in a friendly competition against each other, compete against themselves as well to try and beat any records that they may have or any goals that they may have as well. But again, you're correct. With the Olympics coming up, it's an exciting opportunity for them to kind of step into that realm and feel like the big track stars that we have, especially in this community as well.
Well, Jason, we've been talking about a lot of opportunities for youth, but we've also got some great leagues going on for the adults out there as well.
We absolutely do. We absolutely do. We have our church basketball league where churches from the various communities are able to come out and fellowship and also compete against each other in a positive way, right. As well as our co-ed church slow pitch basketball. Those are both adult leagues. Again, they're able to fellowship and compete against each other. We also have a women's basketball league for women 18 years old and up, as well as a ladies 30 and over basketball league, which is brand new this year. Right. So, if you don't want to run with the young girls, you can come out with the 30-year right. ladies, and you can participate with them as well.
Sure.
We also have a basketball league that's coming up for our men this summer. It's a summer league, which is brand new again, and we're hoping that we'll get a lot of guys to come out with that program. We also have our famous kickball league, which is co-ed as well,
right.
and a lot of ladies and men like to come out and cheer their favorite teams on. It's the same game we played in elementary school and growing up during recess time,
right.
so we're excited about that. And then we also have our Cypress Park pool, which will open in the summer. You can cool off in our pool, and then we have our Cancer Awareness Day with our CFA Tillery Day, which is here at the East Suffolk Recreation Center, where again we're focusing on cancer awareness, wellness and fitness, and just overall well-being.
Now, with the basketball leagues especially, what facilities are they using for that? Is it kind of spread out over the city, or are they really playing here at East Suffolk?
Well, they are spread out. The ladies and the women's leagues, we normally play those up at Northern Shores Recreation Center. The men's league we'll probably play at the Kings Fork Recreation Center.
All right.
But depending on the number of teams, if we have to expand, we'll adjust accordingly, and we'll work with it. So we're excited about all of our brand new leagues, as well as our co-ed outdoor soccer league, which is brand new again for this year as well. So
great.
Got a lot of new things happening here at Suffolk. We're excited.
Always like to expand the programs.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, with registration obviously needed for a lot of these events, some of the events you can register online, and the other ones you have to do at, I assume, certain facilities, perhaps right here at East Suffolk, or the Parks and Rec offices right down a couple doors down from where we are. But just talk about that. It's really easy to do.
It is. You're able to actually register online through our Parks and Recreation website, which is www.suffolkva.us/parks. So you can also pay online, or you can come to our main office, which is at 134 South 6th Street, at the Parks and Recreation Administration Office.
Correct.
Our staff is always willing to help out there and accept any payments. Or, if it's a free event, you can always just email us or give us a call.
Sure.
We can send you any kind of forms that you may need to fill out, and you can fax them back to us or email them to us, or just drop them off at our office.
Okay.
Either one.
Now, for the golf lessons as you talked about, that's going to be taking place out at Sleepy Hole, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. We work with the staff out at Sleepy Hole. They are awesome. They're very patient with the kids. They have a great time working with all the children. They get excited about us bringing the kids out every year, especially when it comes to helping the kids out with, exposing them to a new and different sport that they may never had an opportunity to participate in before.
Now, Jason, we've been sitting here talking for a little while now, and if someone's thinking, he mentioned something that I really want to get some more information on, what's the best way to do it? We mentioned the website, which again is a great resource there, but if they need to talk with someone, what's a good number for them to call?
Well, you can always call my number. My number is area code 757-514-7254. You can also call David Clark. He's our recreation specialist in athletics as well, and his number is 757-514-7270. Or you also have our main Parks and Rec number, which is 514-7250.
And of course, we'll have those numbers on the screen along with the website. We've had it up a couple times already, but of course that way we can further emphasize that. But you can always go to the city's homepage, www.suffolkva.us. Under departments, you find Parks and Recreation, pull that up, or as Jason mentioned, just throw in a /parks and we're good to go. We'll get you there and you can get a lot of great information. But Jason, again, thanks for being with us. And of course, what's the big phrase that always goes with Suffolk Parks and Rec?
Don't hesitate, recreate.
And we can't end it any better than that. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching this edition of On the Scene. We'll see you next time.